Alright, hello once again. This is Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College. And as part of the review for the AWD 1111 web databases, .NET Framework with Web Databases, I think it's called, class, we're going to go back and build a very simple website as a class. I've already got it built, and it looks like this. It's not anything fantastic. It's got 4 pages. It does work, so if I come in here and put in 349 miles and we used 16 gallons of gas, our miles per gallon is 21.81. It clears. If we don't put anything in there, we get an error. If we put in a number that's too big, we get a different error. Okay. And we've also got a contact form that is also operational. Okay. So what I'd like to do is literally just start from the beginning with this. And when I say from the beginning, I mean just that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to create a brand new folder. And that folder will be called Class Project. And inside of that folder, I'm going to make 3 other folders. I'm going to make a folder called CSS. I'm going to make a folder called JS, CSS, of course, for my cascading style sheets, the JS for my JavaScript, and also a folder called images. Now, I am going to cheat, so to speak, a little bit, and what I mean by that is I'm going to come over to where I've got this done already, and in my images, and I'm going to grab, I need these 2 images. And I will also make those available to everybody in the class. And let's paste those in. This is one of the images, how the internet changed my life, and a miles per gallon. Okay? They've both been resized so that they're 200 by 200. Also, to try to make it a little bit easier, I've got a folder here that I called text that's got a lot of the pre-written text because I think it's kind of a waste for you to watch me write text. All right, so that said, let's right mouse click, do a new document, and we're going to make index.html. Yes, we do want to change this, so there it is, index.html. We're also going to have, so let's just, we won't copy it now. Let's open that file. Okay, so again, I'm going to close that. This is class project, which we just started, and I thought it was here. Cut it. Paste. There's our index.html, and I also want to grab that text folder. Cut that. And paste. So our index.html file, literally, it's empty. So we're just going to start keying stuff in. Now, is this going to be, what we will do when we get done is we'll actually validate this to make sure that it works. But that said, I'm not worried if I leave something out. I'm not going to try to leave anything out, but so let's just take it from the top, doc type HTML, put our HTML tag in, and our ending HTML tag. And let's just, for right now, let's just put in our body tag and our ending body tag. All right. And let's put in our head tag and our ending head tag. All right. There we go. So we'll put a title on this. Oops. Up here. We'll put a title in here. And we'll just call it, I don't know, class website. Even better, website review, because that's what we're doing, is we're reviewing website concepts. All right, I'm going to put a meta tag in here. Again, we don't have to do this, but we're going to say meta lang equal en. We're going to assume we're using English. Okay. Let's put a couple comments in here. Link style sheet. All right, so link rel equal style sheet href equals, we'll make this, in fact, let's make it now. So let's create another file, and we're going to put something in it just so we're sure. Body background red, color white. All right, let's do a save on that, and then let's save that to CSS, and we will call it style.css. So we've got that. All right, so there's our href, css/style.css. Okay, and we'll also link a JavaScript file. All right, script source equals js/script.js. We don't have that either, so let's create that, although we'll leave it empty for now. So we'll just save this. File, save as, we'll go to JS, and we'll save that as script.js. All right. That's the file we had, so this is the one we're creating right now. All right. Now, before we do anything, let's just come in here and let's put in an h1 tag. And we'll put in hello. Why am I doing that? Well, I'm going to save, and let's run it. Our background's red, and our text is white, which means that we're able to correctly link up, okay, to our CSS file. I'm not going to worry for now at least. I'm not going to worry about the about linking up to the JavaScript file. We'll get to that in a bit. All right. So I'm going to literally for now just comment these out. So if I go back to here and I refresh, you can see that's gone. All right. Okay, now one thing it's not that I have to do this, but again, it's considered to be a good idea. Let's go and look up what is it, Scottmeyer CSS reset. It's Eric Meyer. All right, so here is his CSS reset file. I think we're going to add this too, just so we're sure we have this. All right, so we will add another file here. I didn't do this in the one I originally did, but I'm going to put it in here anyway. I kind of like it. Notice what it's doing. It's setting margin, border, etc., all that stuff to 0 or nothing or whatever you want to call it. All right, it's saying that anything that's a fairly new tag that you don't understand, just display it in block form. Set the line height to 100%. Basically, we're not doing much of anything with block quotes. Collapse any table that we have, etc. So for now, what I want to show you this, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a save on this. And I'm going in CSS, I'm going to save this as reset.css. All right. So there it is. Now, the reason I want to show you that is I want to go back and one more time run this file. In fact, let's do this. I'm going to put not just hello, but I'm going to put in a few paragraphs. This is just some dummy text. Okay, it's going to look a little weird, but I'm doing this on purpose. So, in fact, let's put a couple spaces there. Good. And I'm going to copy this about I don't know, 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so why did I do that? Well, this is what it looks like right now. So these are all of the defaults. Okay, but now what I'm going to do is before I run that CSS file, I'm going to run the reset file. We'll change that to link style sheets. And this one will be reset. Always make sure if you do this, you do the reset first. Otherwise, you're going to be turning everything off that you just turned on. All right, now I'm going to refresh. It doesn't look like it really changed much of anything, but I can be sure now that I started with an empty slate. Okay, is that big a thing? It can be. All right, so with all that done, remove that now. All right, let me hit enter quite a few times here, so bring it up to the top. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a div and with an ID that's equal to container. Okay, so I've got that div in there. And it would be kind of nice at the beginning to put in some kind of a header. And so we're going to. And all we'll say is, what do we call this? Class website or website review? That sounds good. Website review. And that's all we're going to put into our header. Okay, so that's what's in there so far. Not very much, but let's keep running it as we do this. So that's what we've got is website review. All right, good start. All right, next, let's put in our navigation area. And again, as we start this, we won't have any. There will be no CSS in here. So it won't look very good. And we will have 4 pages. All right. So the first one will be for our home page. And we'll just put home there. In fact, what I'll do to just try to make this a little bit faster, because I don't want to have you spend all your time watching me type. I'm just going to paste it in here, here, and here. Then we'll change the second one. That will be about. I am making these uppercase so they stick up a little bit. MPG. Oops, that was goofy. And finally, we'll have a contact page. Now remember, since we are not doing any CSS in here, doesn't look like much. And the about page, of course, isn't going to go anywhere. Neither will the MPG page, neither will the contact page. And I'm already on the home page. All right. So it's a start. Let's put another H1 tag in underneath here. And we're just going to say here, welcome. All right, and I'm going to put an image in underneath that. Under images, we're going to use here computer -tn for thumbnail .jpg. And it's src, not scr. All right, and we will have here ID. We're going to call this home picture because we'll style this later. All right. Alt equal internet picture. And even though we'll change this later, we're going to put the width and the height right in here. So the width equal 200 and the height equal 200. All right, so let's see what that did for us. There's our picture. Doesn't look like very much right now. All right. Now, what I want to do is I want to grab, and really all I've got left to put in here, more or less, is just a couple of, I want to put in a couple of paragraphs. But again, rather than you having to watch me type, I've already got those paragraphs. So I'm going to put in the first paragraph here, and I am going to put a class into this. Class is equal to first page. I think that's all I'm going to need in here. All right. So I'm going to do a file, open, and I want to open from text, page 1, paragraph 1. There it is. Again, just so you don't have to see me type all that in, because it's, to me, that's a waste for you to have to watch me do that. All right. So let's see what that did. Let's save this again. Run. So there it is. Again, this doesn't look like much, but we haven't done any styling to it whatsoever. All right. Then after this, we're going to put a div in here. And if you don't understand why, you will, I believe, when we do this later. And I'm going to put a div with a class of clearfix. All right, and then we're going to put in another paragraph, again with the class equal to first page. All right, so let's grab that text. So let's see, we've got here file, open, we want to open paragraph 2. I just went out to tvipsum.org, which has got stuff from old TV shows, and I'm just putting that out there. Could have put anything, it would have worked just fine. So put that in here. Again, we want to bring this down. All right, save again, run under Chrome. So there it is right now. There's only one more thing I want to add, and that's my footer. All right, so and in that footer, I'll put inside of a paragraph, copyright, ampersand copy, 2017, and then your name goes here. So I'll just put Jeffrey P. Scott. Of course, you'd put your own name there. All right, so right now, we run that. That's our first page. Doesn't look like much, really isn't very much. All right, and what I think I'll do, I don't know where I am for time here. I'm at 18 minutes, so that's probably a good place to stop. So right now, that's our website. Again, not too much to it, and absolutely no styling done to it. So we'll come back and create the next page in just a minute.